Some of the most rewarding parts about being part of FCSS comes from making a difference in your community and to be able to help your community people. Being a councillor, we deal a lot with roads, infrastructure, but the social infrastructure that makes up our communities is critical to the well-being of everyone in our community.
Welcome to Chapter 2 of FCSS in Alberta, where we discuss local program delivery. FCSS is a great place to work for a lot of reasons, but three of the main ones are: we have the mandate to do community development, to prevent social problems at the earliest opportunity, and
we have the opportunity to invest in preventive social services, to save money and resources in crisis services further down the road. And we have the challenge of proving that prevention works and needs to be supported by provincial and municipal governments.
There are three main types of local FCSS programs. Single municipality, where an individual municipality delivers programs on its own. Multi-municipality, where two or more municipalities join together in one FCSS program. And partnerships, that involve grant transfers, and where two or more municipalities share FCSS funding.
It's been really good. Our program has grown tremendously. In the 20 years that I've been there, we've gone from just a small, program with 2 staff. We now have like 25 staff. We run lots of programs. We do granting to other agencies, and so we're a very busy program.
I've been with FCSS for 8 years, and during that time, I've gotten totally involved with FCSS, not only locally at the community level, but provincial level as well. I sit on the board. We've had many different partners throughout those years. Partnerships like early childhood development, early intervention programs, the elders, seniors and elders of the community. Also with parent link centers, that was increasingly valuable to our community.
Preventive social services are provided in FCSS communities by direct service delivery, or through external grants, or a combination of both. In direct service delivery, the services are provided by FCSS program staff or contracted service providers. For example, a youth worker may be an employee, or a home support service may be provided through an ongoing contract, or perhaps a contract may be designed with someone to provide a one-time series of 6 parenting courses, for example.
External grants, on the other hand, are FCSS funds granted to local organizations and groups to deliver services or projects. We call these groups FCSS-funded agencies. The funds can be in the form of ongoing grants or one-time projects. The projects must meet FCSS eligibility guidelines.
Before we discuss the many types of services and supports that may be offered in FCSS communities, let's briefly describe the non-eligible types of services that FCSS must not fund.
Services provided under an FCSS program must not provide primarily for recreational needs or leisure time pursuits of individuals.
Services provided under an FCSS program must not offer direct assistance, including money, food, clothing, or shelter to sustain an individual or family.
Services provided under an FCSS program must not be primarily rehabilitative in nature.
And the services rendered must not duplicate services that are ordinarily provided by a government or government agency. Basically, FCSS looks to fund unique, community-based preventive social service programs to meet community needs that are not being addressed elsewhere.
So the kinds of services and supports that may be offered are assisting communities to identify social needs and develop responses to meet those needs, such as raising public awareness around community issues, or developing strategies for community advocacy, or developing comprehensive social community plans and initiatives, such as environmental scans, service reviews, strategic planning or program planning, or offering in-kind support to community-based groups until they're able to sustain themselves. So there may be the provision of office space or printing, photocopying, and help with preparing proposals.
FCSS also promotes, encourages, and supports volunteer work in the community, such as recruitment, training, and placement services, resources to support volunteers, volunteer recognition, coordination of volunteer services. And when required, FCSS takes an active role in informing the public of available services through information and referral services, community information directories, newcomer service, and interagency coordination.
FCSS supports programs that enrich and strengthen family life by developing skills so people can function more effectively within their own environment. Through mentoring programs, parenting and family life education programs, programs for single adults and single parents, courses designed to enhance self-awareness and personal growth.
Individual, family, and group counseling services that are educational and not treatment-oriented, and youth development and leadership services.
And FCSS promotes the social development of children and their families with parent-child development activities, early childhood development services for children up to the age of 6. These are not child care services, and support services for children 6 to 12 years old.
And not just youth or families. FCSS programs and services also enhance the quality of life for our retired and semi-retired folks in communities, with services that include home support, education and information, coordination of senior services and programs, and self-help socialization activities.
And as previously mentioned, every year key stakeholders gather for the annual FCSS-AA Power of Prevention Conference to renew old acquaintances, make new friends, and learn new strategies.
Probably what feeds us the most out of this job and rejuvenates us is the opportunity to come to conferences like this and network with other people and get a chance to, find new ways that other people are working within their communities and try to make a difference in that same way in our own personal community.
Yeah, every year is a little bit different. Some years you're able just to come and attend as a delegate and kind of kick back, and other years you're running and behind the scenes, and I love both areas, so whatever I need to do, I'll help out.
I've been to 12 FCSS conferences. It's been a way for all of our FCSS programs to get together and talk about what's happening in their area, any issues that are coming up, and to learn from each other. Networking is critical in FCSS, and that partnership that we have with all of our FCSSs makes FCSS as strong as it is.
And so I was quite impressed, because I think this is about greatness as opposed to just success. And greatness in my mind is when people feel valued and actually feel like they want to contribute to the greater good of their community, their families, their schools. And I think a lot of the work that FCSS does really ignites that in very powerful ways.
Yes, it does. So now you've had a chance to see some of the people and pictures of some of our FCSS people and programs in action. And we hope this overview of FCSS has helped you learn more about what FCSS is and does. We encourage you to call the FCSS Association or the FCSS team at the Ministry of Alberta Human Services for more detailed information about FCSS, the supports available to your FCSS program, or just to chat about FCSS.
More detail on programs, services, and FCSS events is available on our website
at www.fcssaa.ab.ca. If you have an immediate need for information, please contact our main office at 780-415-4791.